Hey guys, want to show your support to the channel and get some awesome rewards at the same time? Then go check out my Patreon page where at whatever tier you choose that fits your budget, you'll get plenty of rewards such as updates and announcements on the regular, exclusive sneak peeks of my videos before they go up online, get yourself credited, and receive a special shout out at the end of my videos and more. Go to patreon.com/AckleyAttack44227TV to start pledging today. And don't forget to also check out and consider gifting me any items I have listed on my Amazon wishlist and even supporting me on my Streamlabs tipping page that'll also help support the channel directly. Links are in the description box below as well as on my link tree for you to check out. Thank you and enjoy today's video. Take care. Hey guys, like what we do on our channel and want to see more videos from us? Then not to worry about a thing. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button as well as turning on the notification bell so that way you can see more of our videos coming up very soon. Thank you and enjoy today's video. Hey folks, I'm going to be coming back to Retro GameCon Spring Edition, taking place at the Odd-Center Convention Center up in Syracuse, New York from May 16th through the 17th. I'm going to be there all weekend as a regular attendee, and I'm going to be going as both versions of Barbara from Genshin Impact, which is her as a ballerina on Saturday, and in her regular Deaconess outfit on Sunday. Go to RetroGameCon.com/RGC Spring for more details and information, and if you see me there all weekend, then by all means come on up to me and say hi. Hope to see you there. Hey guys, this is AckleyAttack4427 here, and welcome back to another episode of WTPU, aka What the Pickup? Now, as you may recall, in the last episode of the show, which you can see right down over here, I talked about another one of the rolling stock that I actually got from the Horby Thomas and Friends range, which, of course, is on the second circus flatbed that I actually got. That was a part of course, the Sordor Circus line that they got in that range, and yeah, I gotta say, I am really impressed with how this actually turned out for sure. I guess pretty much since after I talked about the last two pretty much circus-themed rolling stock that was a part of the Thomas and Friends range, I think it makes sense to finally get my hands on this, and boy, I think it was actually well worth it in the end for sure. So yeah, I really love on how well it actually turned out for sure, and yeah, I think it actually does show that I've now actually got about 1/4 of course, the Sordor Circus line from, of course, the Horby Thomas and Friends range that I finally got in my hands for sure. Will I get my hands on the other 3/4 of that Sordor Circus line of rolling stock that they actually got? Well, yeah, I would, but we may never know until sometime later, but I'll keep my hopes up eventually, so yeah, but I guess until then, I'm really glad that I actually got this one to top the first flatbed and the cattle wagon that I got beforehand, which, yeah, at the end of the day, turned out really great in my opinion, so yeah. That's at least how I can say, of course, that front. If you want to check that episode out for yourself, then don't worry about a thing. There's a card over there, over at the top right corner of the screen, as well as, of course, the link to it down the description box below. So yeah, whichever you prefer, go right ahead. I'll wait till you come back. Yeah, take all the time you need. I'll be here by the time you come back for sure, so hopefully I don't think it'll actually take too long for sure, so I'll just be here by the time you come back, hands down, so yeah. And yeah, now I'm beginning to wonder if I'll actually get my hands on the other 3/4 of course, the Sorter Circus line for sure. I mean, come on, seeing how my quest to obtain as many Hornby Thomas & Friends models is still ongoing, I need to do something for sure, so yeah. I know it's taking a whole lot out of course, on my own wallet for sure, so yeah, I have a lot of money to earn back for sure. But then again, I think I would greatly appreciate if, of course, someone or at least one of my friends would at least help me out and, of course, obtain some of the remaining models that I've been meaning to get for a long time. I'm already praying for that, hands down, so please, I'm literally begging right now. If any of you guys are out there to help me out and, of course, pretty much getting some of the remaining Hornby Thomas models that I've been wanting to get for some time, please get in contact with me. I mean, if I keep on going with that, I mean, yeah, finally getting those models are actually really great, but still, I'll go bankrupt if, of course, pretty much I keep on doing this by myself. So something. Alright, I guess even though you did already see the last episode of this show, we might as well go ahead and start up this episode as we normally do. Well, I guess right up until something will actually happen on my part. I guess it looks like for today's episode, I think I might as well take a long break from, of course, pretty much from my quest to obtain as many Hornby Thomas & Friends models that I can get for sure. But don't worry, I will still plan on getting more of those later on down the road if I can get enough money and, of course, have pretty much Lady Luck actually come in to actually to help me out on that. So yeah, I guess I might as well take a break from that for a while, right up until I'll get something sorted out. But I guess right up until then, I think we might as well pretty much shift our way away from Hornby for sure, and possibly Bachman for the time being, but we'll have to wait and see. And actually talk about a little something from, yeah, I believe it's been a few months for sure. I think it looks like we're going to be talking about another piece of merchandise that Thomas & Friends is a part of, which is not only TOMY, but Plarail for sure. So yeah, that is of course what we're going to be talking about in today's episode for sure. And luckily enough, yeah, there we go. So yeah, got it right here in my hand. So yeah, what I got right here is of course pretty much a brand new engine and a couple bits of rolling stock that we got right here, which is of course on the TOMY Plarail version of course Gator alongside I don't know if you can tell, but yeah, it looks like we also got Marion as well. So yeah, that is of course what we're going to be talking about here today. Looks like we finally got our hands on the TOMY Plarail versions of course Gator and Marion for sure. So yeah, I guess I didn't expect to get those for sure, but yeah, I think it looks like we're in for a wild treat now that we finally got those for sure. So yeah, that's at least what I can say, of course, that front. So yeah, with that being said, let's go ahead and take a look at these. Alrighty then, well, I guess seeing how we got the introduction out of the way, I think we might as well get ourselves into talk about this one for sure. But before I do so, I do want to pretty much address pretty much a few things beforehand. How now I guess pretty much it is quite obvious that pretty much that surprisingly enough these two yeah, pretty much Gator and Marion, but in Plarail form are of course some of the ones that I've been wanting to get for some time. But you might be wondering to yourself, how did I manage to get those? Well, if you have been following, of course, the last several episodes, of course, this show, these were, of course, given to me by, of course, one of my friends and longtime collaborators of course, my videos on my channel for some time. That being, of course, Jon McDowell, aka Trainboy54, and yeah. I guess it is no big surprise, of course, on that front, because he's actually been pretty much giving me plenty of items that we have actually covered on this show pretty much since the very beginning of course, this show, exactly 10 years ago, hands down. So yeah, I guess it is no big surprise, of course, on that front for sure. So yeah. I guess it was actually really kind of him to actually send those to me, hands down, and yeah, I guess it does make sense of how I've been wanting to get these for quite some time now, for sure. But they're not the only things that I actually got, hands down. No. I think pretty much for some of the other stuff that he actually sent me, he actually included a nice little letter to me for sure, to which I have here in my hands, to which I'll go ahead and pretty much read out. Yeah, pretty much it actually says, Dear Ben Ackley, here's the Plarail Gator and Marion that I order off of eBay for you. Yeah, I guess it is quite obvious he actually got those off of eBay, so glad to see I'm not the only one for sure. They didn't come in the box like they used to. Yeah, I think I kind of misread, so I'll read it again. They didn't come in the box like they used to back when they were released. Well, I mean, that does suck, but hey, I think I'm kind of used to it, hands down, so no big deal. Yeah, but it's the least I can do since you showed me the Sordor Circus cattle wagon that Hornby made. Well, that, and alongside the two flatbeds that I got as well, for sure, so yeah. Also, I hope you don't mind, here are some of the Thomas & Friends DVDs that you don't have. Your friend, Jon McDowell, aka Trainboy54. So yeah, that was actually quite nice of him to actually do that for me, and of course, pretty much I do know in one of the Thomas DVDs I'll show off later, he actually included a nice little pretty much a note that has my name on it, so yeah, and I guess pretty much established from that letter, yeah, pretty much got pretty much a brand new set of Thomas DVDs that I don't currently own up until now, which is actually quite nice of him. So I guess for starters, I have of course got Muddy Matters, which is actually quite interesting for sure. So yeah. Really glad that he sent those to me, and another one I got is, of course, on Races, Rescues, and Runaways, to which, yeah, this has been a long time coming. I remember having this on VHS for pretty much for a long time now, and this is actually one of those that I've been wanting to get back in my hands, but in the form of but pretty much in DVD form, and I'm glad he actually did that, so I'm really glad I got this back. And next up, we've of course got Carnival Capers, which is one that I've been wanting to get for some time, and oh yeah, it looks like we got pretty much another pretty much Thomas double feature pack, but on both Trust Thomas and The Big Day for Thomas. Again, I actually did recall having these two for sure on VHS for sure, to which funny enough, pretty much Trust Thomas, that was actually, that and alongside Thomas Breaks the Rules was the, pretty much, basically the, one of the two VHSs that I owned that actually introduced me to Thomas the Tank Engine, so yeah, really glad I got those two back, but a really nice double feature DVD, so that's quite nice. Alright, and next up, we've of course got Sticky Situations, which, is actually not that bad for sure. And finally, we've of course got The Thomas Way, which, yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I am really quite thrilled to actually get those. So yeah. So I guess pretty much of anything, that's about 6 of course, the Thomas DVDs that I don't own up until now for sure. So really greatly appreciate sending those to me, John. So thank you so much for those. And I guess while we're at it, probably best to look back, of course, pretty much the past several episodes I did from 2018 to present day. Of course, my DVD and Blu-ray collection in its entirety, where I included pretty much the Thomas DVDs, just to avoid any repeats of the ones I currently own. I'm just saying. But yeah, nevertheless, yeah, it looks like I'm looking forward to getting these on my DVD shelf for sure. So at least there's that for sure. So yeah, now that we actually got those out of the way, I guess pretty much if anything, those are all the stuff that had Trainboy54 sent over to me for sure. I may go over the Thomas DVDs again, probably in the next several months for while I'll cover my DVD and Blu-ray collection once again for sure. But for now, I guess I might as well put my focus mainly on, of course, Gator and Marion for sure, and well, seeing how they're already out of the box for sure, despite the fact that there's none pretty much included in, I think it looks like we're left to talk about these ones on their own for sure. So yeah, but that's at least what I can say, of course, that front. So with that being said, let's go ahead and head on down to the floor and talk about these ones. Alright guys, it looks like we're back down onto the floor once again, about ready to pretty much look over everything pretty much on my TOMY Plarail Gator and Marion that we actually got for sure, and yeah, I gotta say, yeah, I'm in for a real great treat finally talking about these two now that Jon has sent them over to me for sure. So yeah, we've really got a lot to throw onto the table, so I think we might as well do that. So yeah, and like I said, give it to the letter that had Jon sent for sure, alongside everything else that we've actually shown off for sure. Sadly, there's no box to look over it, hands out, but then again, I'm actually quite used to it, as we did talk about several items that we actually got that didn't actually give us any box for sure. So I think we gotta work with what we got for sure. So yeah, and I guess for starters, we might as well start off with, of course, Gator, hands down, and yeah, I guess it is quite obvious that if you are familiar with, of course, pretty much with, of course, this character, you definitely know that he, alongside pretty much Marion, as you can see here, actually made their debut in, of course, one of the Thomas movies that came out back in the day, which is, of course, Tale of the Brave, to which, ironically enough, this year would be about exactly 12 years since after that movie came out for sure. So yeah, hard to believe it's actually been that long for sure. So yeah, and I guess pretty much for starters, in regards to pretty much what we're seeing for Gator for starters, I'll admit, actually does look really great, hands down for sure. I think pretty much the way it's actually shaped out for sure, and even his face plate from what I can gather. Yeah, even the paintwork and detailing from what I can gather. Yeah, really actually does look like pretty much the actual Gator that you actually see for sure, which I do find it really quite fascinating, hands down. Although I guess I will say, I think give it to, of course, the bottom portion where his wheels are at. It looks like I think it looks like maybe I think parts of the black paint are a little bit chipped off from what I could gather. But then again, I think I do believe that maybe Jon has already got this used off of eBay, which would probably explain why for sure. So yeah, but regardless of course, that front, yeah, I will say pretty much I am really digging on what pretty much on what Gator is looking like for sure. I really do think the people at TOMY really did a bang-up job to make him look the best for sure, and yeah, I'm impressed with, of course, how this actually turned out for sure. It really does look like the actual Gator that you actually see hands down for sure, to which, yeah, I do think it's actually really quite nice for sure. So I guess there's that. So yeah, now that we actually got Gator done, yeah, I think we might as well move on to Marion for sure. And yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I think if you were to ask me for any unpopular opinions revolving around Thomas the Tank Engine for sure, I think I will have to say pretty much for my personal opinion, I actually do think Marion is actually one of the best ones that we got pretty much in the Andrew Breger era for sure. So yeah, I don't know why. I think I just find pretty much her character to be quite fascinating for sure. And yeah. And I guess, surprisingly enough, she really is quite nice to have around for sure. And plus, aside from her appearance in Tale of the Brave for sure, I do know she actually did pretty much pull off a bit of a comedic role in Sordor's Legend of the Lost Treasure, another Thomas movie that I actually really enjoyed for sure. So yeah. Obviously enough, it's too bad that we didn't get to see more of her hands down, and I really do dig her character for sure. Now, as for how they dig in Plarail form, I'll admit, I guess, despite making her pretty much into a rolling stock, to which I do know there is clear potential to make her as, like, pretty much has pretty much a motorized version of her, given to, of course, how she actually runs in the show. I'll admit, I actually do think they did a bang-up job with Marion for sure. Again, just the way she's actually shaped out, to, of course, the paintwork and details they actually added in. It really is quite nice, and even the crane arm, I'm not gonna lie, with, of course, the way he actually rotates and stuff, and not to mention for the fact that pretty much her bucket actually pretty much moves up and down, and can actually be, yeah, and not to mention the crane arm itself can be adjusted for sure. It's really quite fascinating, I'm not gonna lie. So yeah, I guess pretty much from what I can gather, I really do think they really did a bang-up job by pretty much making pretty much Marion the best she can for sure. And yeah, I think they did an amazing job on that. And well, I guess give it to her arm for sure. I guess seeing how we did say it down like that for sure, I guess that would probably explain why. But not to worry. That's where this flatbed comes into play for sure, and I'll admit, I think from what I can gather, this flatbed actually is quite nice for sure. It's just a regular old flatbed from what I can gather, to which, yeah, obviously enough, it looks like it actually pretty much including pretty much a nice bed of rock pretty much on it, with a really nice dinosaur footprint for sure, or I guess in this case, a fossil of a dinosaur footprint for sure, to which, well, as we all know, if there's one thing that we actually do love about Tale of the Brave for sure is, of course, fossils. Da da da. I'm sorry, I had to do that for sure. So I guess pretty much in regards to this flatbed for sure, I think the way it actually works is that, well, I think we just pretty much couple Marion to it for starters, and then just adjust the her crane arm, and yeah, there we go. Now you can see that it looks like pretty much her crane arm is actually resting on the pretty much the nice bit of a bedrock for sure on that flatbed. So yeah, at least that's what I can say, of course, that front. And I'll admit, I guess despite a few faults that I actually found with Marion earlier, I actually really do like this idea for sure. So yeah. Obviously enough, I think this actually does serve as like a pretty much a really nice resting spot for, of course, pretty much her crane arm for sure. Kind of like, say, pretty much the flatbeds that we actually mentioned, of course, both versions of the Horby Thomas and Friends version of the breakdown cranes for sure that we actually did talk about earlier, which I do find actually really quite fascinating, hands down. So yeah, but that's at least what I can say, of course, that front. So yeah, oops. So yeah, I guess with everything that I've actually mentioned, I really do dig on what they actually did with Gator and Marion for sure. And again, Plarail actually did do an amazing job in making them look good for sure. And I really do admire the nice appeal to each and every single one of them for sure. But that's at least how I can say, of course, that front. Now this would lead to the ultimate question. How will these fare up once we actually get them running? Well, let's get some TOMY Blue Track set up and find out for ourselves. Alright guys, it looks like we finally got on my oval of TOMY Blue Track set up for sure, about ready to give Gator pretty much a massive test run for sure. So yeah. I guess pretty much anything I am really looking forward to seeing on what will go down for sure in regards to, of course, pretty much this one hands down, to which, yeah, thankfully enough, I did manage to get pretty much a nice fresh AA battery pretty much installed in for sure. So I think we should be in good hands to really get this thing going for sure. So yeah. But then again, I guess it is no big surprise, seeing how I have actually pretty much run pretty much TOMY and Trackmaster and Plarail items before, so I guess it really is nothing new or something out of the ordinary on my part for sure, but I'm still quite curious to see on how it's going to fare up for sure, so yeah. But either way, I guess it's all what I could say, of course, that front. So I guess pretty much of anything, I think it does feel nice to have Gator pretty much running alongside Marion with that flatbed pretty much coupled up behind for sure. So yeah, I don't know why. I just kind of felt it feels right, you know. But hey, maybe I'm getting way too ahead of myself for sure. So yeah, but either way, I'm really looking forward to this hands down. So yeah, and thankfully enough, I did manage to get some. Pretty much it did take me a bit of a time to get this oval track set up. Although, fun fact, even before I actually started getting everything set up for, of course, this test run, I think I was actually one curve piece short from completing this oval for sure, but thankfully I did manage to grab one at the last minute and got all sorted out, so I think we should be alright for the time being for sure, but stepping all that aside, I guess it's time to finally get this thing going, so yeah, with, of course, pretty much in just a double check, yeah, it looks like it's got that battery in just fine. So I think we should be in good hands. So yeah, with that being said, let's go ahead and give this thing a massive test run right about now. There we go. So yeah, it looks like, I think it's safe to say that it looks like this test run actually turned out really quite well, and yeah, with the way he actually ran very smoothly around the oval track layout, I think it's actually very well deserving, hands down. So yeah, looks like another win, of course, TOMY and Plarail as of now, and boy, I think it was well worth it, hands down. So So yeah, but that's at least what I can say, of course, that front. So yeah, overall, the TOMY Plarail versions of both Gator and Marion, I actually find them to be really quite amazing for sure. I really do dig the hardworking effort they actually did to really make them stand out quite well for sure. And yeah, I'm impressed with, of course, the final result all the way for sure. So yeah, either way, I think I do know pretty much there might be some things that I think could have been done a whole lot better to make them stand out for sure. But I really do like the nice approach they actually did to really make them work well to a T. And yeah, like I said, I think they turned out really quite great for sure. So yeah, so I guess if that's something up your alley, then yeah, I do actually highly recommend finding these, pretty much finding these ones for sure. I think you're going to be in for a real great treat, of course, that front for sure. So yeah, I'm really glad that I actually got those, and I think they're really well worth it, hands down. And of course, to my friend Jon McDowell, aka Trainboy54, like I said, thank you so much for sending me this, and of course, the Thomas DVDs that we've shown off earlier for sure. It was really nice of you to actually do it, and yeah. I don't know why, pretty much, I always get some great stuff from you, mainly to cover, of course, this show, but hey, I guess it's the least pretty much I could do for you. Now, if only you can actually pretty much afford to actually get me some of the Bachman Thomas models that I've been wanting to get for a long time. Maybe something to actually consider. Maybe, if you're actually watching this. Yeah, you know what, maybe I'll just wait a while to see what happens for sure. So yeah, but regardless of course of that front, yeah, it was really nice of him to actually send me this for sure. And yeah, it was actually well worth it on that front. So yeah, and I guess given to that thought alone, I think I might as well end this episode here. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this latest episode, and by all means, let me know down in the comments down below on what you guys thought of this one for sure. I'm actually quite curious. So yeah, but that's at least what I can say, of course, that front. Thank you guys so much for watching this latest episode, and well, I guess in regards to what I'll cover next, of course, on this show, well, that's kind of hard to say. Wait a second, I just realized something. I've actually got a convention that I'm going to be going to this weekend. Boy, I think it's going to be quite interesting to see what I'll get for sure. So I guess I'll ramp until I'll cover whatever item I'll cover next, of course, on this show. I've actually got Retro GameCon Spring Edition to attend to for sure. So gonna be quite interesting to see what I'll actually get from there. So I'll let you know on what I'll actually get once I get back from that said convention for sure. But until then, thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, I'll see you in the next episode. Take care.
Special thanks to all of my supporters on Patreon for making today's video possible, including my top tier supporters for this month, VD and Sam Shepard. So if you want to be like these guys and show your support to us, then go to patreon.com/AckleyTackTV to pledge now, do so, and get some awesome rewards within your budget. Hey guys, this is AckleyTack4427 here. Thank you all so much for watching today's video. Feel free to like, comment, and share if you enjoy what you're seeing. If you like what you see here and want to see more videos coming up, then go ahead and hit that subscribe button and switch on the notification bell to get notifications, and select all notifications to be notified for when we post a new video. And don't forget to switch on notifications on your phone as well. Also, don't forget to check out my second channel and our 2-member channel with Sam the Thomas Fan 1, SamAttack4427 TheThomasFan1 Productions, for plenty more content you can't find on here. You can check both of our channels out with the links or by our handles provided on screen. Feel free to shoot me an email with my email address provided, backley95@hotmail.com, if you want to ask me a question, want to collab with me for a project you've got in the works, or if you want to book me to be featured for a convention coming up. Follow me on my social media pages on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram to keep up to date with me on updates, announcements, and new releases of my videos, as well as plenty of others I've got with my handles provided, as well as the links down in the description box below. Also, don't forget to follow me on TikTok for other videos I've got aside from the ones I've posted on YouTube, and on Twitch for any future live streams I've got coming up soon, as well as join our official Discord server to see what we've provided. If you wish to show your support to me, then feel free to check out my Patreon to get sneak peeks of my videos coming up before they go up online, as well as getting access to updates and playing more, in addition to getting some awesome rewards within your budget. Also, don't forget to check out and show your support to me on my wishlist on Amazon, and even supporting me at streamlabs.com/AckleyTACTV/tip that you can find in the description box below, as well as on my Twitch page. And in case you can't find any of the links that are provided, then not to worry about a thing. All the links and stuff are also provided on my link tree that you can also find in the description box below, as well as a few selected number of my social media pages. Other than that, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll be sure to see you in the next video. Take care.